Hi everyone, it's Graham here with another product review for you, and today we're looking at this internet radio. It's an internet radio by Ocean Digital, and the model number is WR-210CB. So this is a little thing we've got. Now what you get in the box is you get the radio itself, a remote control and the plug for the electric plug to plug it in, and also a very nice user manual. Now I'm really pleased about this because I like something in my hand to look at and to read, and this is quite comprehensive. It tells you all you need to know to get it set up and to operate it and everything else. So that's really good. I'm pleased about that. That's got all the information there you need, and at your fingertips really. It's not one of these that you have to go online and look on the internet and all that. So that's a good thing about it. And the little box itself, you can see how big it is. That's my hand. It's not very big, but it gives a pretty good sound actually, and a little bit dusty there. Yeah, so you also get the remote control. Now this, then the electric plug. Now this, you will need electricity for this. It doesn't run off batteries, there's no batteries, and it's an internet radio, which means it will get radio stations from the internet. So you can't get the normal FM stations or the DAB stations. It hasn't got an aerial, so you can't get those, but you can get anything that's on the internet. You can get on this radio from all over the world. So you've got, you know, it says 26,000 plus radio stations, so more than 26,000 radio stations. So if you can't find something you like on there, then you know, there's something wrong really, because you know, 26,000 plus radio stations, that'll keep you going all year, won't it, listening to that lot. So yeah, it's pretty good. It will pick up all the local radio stations, local to your area. So I'm in the UK, so it'll pick up all the UK stations, but we'll have a look at all that anyway. So yeah, that's what you get in the box. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it on, and I'm going to show you one or two little functions that it's got, and what you can listen to and everything else. So you can do a lot with this, a hell of a lot, to be honest. So I'll just show you one or two of those things. So yeah, we'll just switch it on. So here we are then. Now when I say you can't get DAB and FM, what I really meant to say was that you can get those stations obviously, but you will need a Wi-Fi signal, because all of those stations from FM and DAB these days, they're all on the internet. So yeah, you know, you can get practically anything on this radio, from you know, your local radio station and your town, right to you know, Radio Zambezi or something like that. You know, anywhere in the world, this will pick up radio stations from anywhere in the world. So we'll have a look at it. The first thing you notice is the display there. You can have a clock on it, so it will give you the time in either digital or analog form. So it can have a little clock face, or you can have the digital figures on there, and that will automatically update depending on where you are. You don't have to set the time or anything. It will set it for you via the satellite. So that's the first thing to say. Now when you first get this radio, you will need to log it on to your internet connection, so your Wi-Fi connection. So when I first got it, I found it a little bit fiddly, because my Wi-Fi password, there's lots of numbers and letters and everything else, and it was a little bit difficult because some of the letters are lowercase, some are some are capitals and there's numbers, and it's quite a long password. So I did find that a little bit difficult, but it depends on you, obviously, on your password, on your particular Wi-Fi password. So when you first get it, it will show you how to set all that up, and it's all in the user manual. So you just have to put your Wi-Fi password in. It will pick up Wi-Fi in your area, sort of thing. So I got several. I was quite surprised really that our area, there's lots of Wi-Fi signals. So you just have to find which one is yours, and then put your password in, and then you can connect to your Wi-Fi. So once you've done all that, you're up and running. Really, that's the hardest thing of the whole thing, to be honest. So once you've done all that, you're up and running, and you can get your radio set up. So we'll have a look at one or two functions. I'll switch it on. Now that's a radio station I was listening to earlier, called Legends, 24/7 Legends. But first of all, we'll go to the. I'm using the. I'll just turn that down a little bit. I'm using the remote control here, but everything this is the remote control, as you can see. Now everything I'm doing on this remote control, you can also do it with the buttons on your radio. So there's no problem with that. You can either use that or use the remote control. And I actually use it for a bedside radio and a radio alarm, which it's brilliant because it's got an alarm on, which you can set. In fact, it's got 2 alarms, so you can set it for different times of the day or different days of a week. But I'll show you that in a little while. So first of all, if we go to the home, that's the internet radio. You get a lot of options here, so you can go to internet radio. There's a media centre, information centre, auxiliary, that's if you want to plug in another device. Bluetooth, it will click onto Bluetooth. If you've got a Bluetooth device, like I've got an iPhone, so I can use this as a Bluetooth speaker, and I can put it. I can play my music from my iPhone through this radio. So that's a good feature as well. And there's also the configuration there. That's where you set it all up. So we'll have a look at that first. There's a time display, so you can set up whichever time you want. So at the moment I've got it on digital, but you can have it on analog, which then makes the time analog. So we'll have a look at that. There's the analog time, you see. It puts a little clock on, so at the moment it's just gone 11:05 our time. So that's that. If we go back to where was we? Go back to home. We were in configuration. Manage my media, so you can set up everything with your media. It tells you everything about it. You can connect it to all your different media devices, your computer and everything else. That's the network setup, which I explained earlier on, which you can set it up for the Wi-Fi. Date and time, you can have various options for your date and time. You can set the format of the date and time, or set the date and time if it's not set in properly. So that's that. The alarms, that's the alarms you've got there. So you've got 2 alarms, look. You can set the alarm, turn it on, and then it can repeat it every day. You can set what time you want it to go off. You can set it to come on with the radio, or you can set it for a melody, different melodies there, or you can set it for a beep, so it will beep at you to wake you up. And what I did find, I set it to internet radio. I set it to that one, and it doesn't come sort of blaring out. Oh, you can set which station you want as well, like that. you can put it on your favourite station or whatever. It didn't come blaring out really loud. It sort of came really softly and gradually moved up to the setting, the volume setting I've got it set on. So I found that quite good, because some clock radios you find out that they come on all of a sudden, and if it's a loud song or somebody talking or whatever, it wakes you up with a start. So this will come on gently and gently wake you up. So I found that pretty good, to be honest. So where were we? Yes, we was looking at configuration. I think that's all the configuration. Oh, it's got a timer as well. That's a language, so you can set up the language. The dimmer, so you can dim the actual display there. So at night time, if you don't want it to be too bright, you can dim it down like that. That's pretty interesting. So that's another good feature there. And what else have we got on there? Display, power management. There's a sleep timer. It will even tell you the weather, look. So you set your location wherever you are, Europe, Middle East. So if you go to Europe, I'm in Europe at the minute, and we're in the UK. So we'll go down to UK. It's a long way down. United Kingdom, and then you go to England, and then you go to your particular town. I'll just put anything on it in at the moment, so Banbury, and then it'll come and tell you what the weather is, and you can show it on standby. So yeah, it even tells you what the weather is, so that's really good. There's local radio setup, playback setup, lots of different things there. So what we'll do now is we'll go to, if I show you everything, we'll be here all day, because there's that many things you can look at. But we'll go to the internet radio and we'll show you one or two things that you can, because that's the main thing really, the actual radio stations you can get. So you can set your favourites. Now it's got quite a lot of presets that you can set up. Lots and lots of favourite programs you can put in there. So yeah, you can do that. You can. It will go to local radio, radio station, music. So we'll put that on first. So if you go into that, Global Top 20, you can search by that, or you can search by genre, or country and location, highlight, everything else. So we'll say genre. So you're looking for a particular genre and you fancy listening to some blues music, put that on, and then it goes to another menu which will say Blues Top 10. Or blues from different countries, so Argentina right down to USA. So we'll have a look at Blues Top 10. So you go into the Blues Top 10, and that's the top 10 radio stations for blues. So that's pretty good. Or if you fancied blues from the UK stations, for instance, they're all the UK blues stations that you can get. So we'll say Kiss Fresh. We'll have a listen to that. It takes a little while to connect.
And you're wondering, how long will it take? Well, in football terms, faster.
Well, that's typical. It's on an
minutes,
advert at the moment, so we're not going to listen to much there, are we? So we'll go back and we'll have Jazz FM. See if that's got any music on.
Place at the right time can make all the difference.
No.
And as the UK's #1 commercial vehicle brand, we understand this.
So let's have a look at Blues Radio UK. Here we are. That gives you an idea of the sound. I think the sound quality is quite good for quite a small radio like that. So that gives you an idea of the sound quality. If we go back to the internet radio, that's just one of the things. So we're in genre at the moment, aren't we? So obviously there's lots of different genres. You've got dance, easy listening, electronics, folk, hip hop, hits, you know. So each one you go to, you get the top 10 of that particular genre, and then you get each country. And when you go into the country, there's all the sort of radio stations from that particular country. So the options really are limitless, you know. The variety that you've got to listen to, the different types of radio stations that you've got to listen to is almost infinite. For instance, it will pick up your local radios. So locally, I'm in the UK at the minute. So you've got all your UK Kingdom, United Kingdom DAB stations there. So that's Capital FM Manchester, Capital FM Birmingham, FM East Midlands, and all the way down there. So they're all the DAB channels in the UK, and it will be the same for every country that's got internet radio. United Kingdom top 10. So according to this, BBC Radio 4 is in the United Kingdom top 10, BBC Radio 2, Classic FM, BBC Radio 1, etc. Or you can go to all the radio stations in the United Kingdom, and it says there's 970 radio stations in the United Kingdom that you can get on the internet. So pretty good choice, you know. So yeah, that's the radio side of things. Different genres. It will also show the history of what you've been listening to. So if you've been listening to a radio station and you think to yourself, oh, what was that radio station I was listening to the other day? You can go into your history and it will tell you what you've been listening to lately. So I've been listening to, let's have a look what I've been listening to. History. So I've been listening to Blues Radio UK and Jazz FM. This is the ones that we've just been looking at. Radio Nottingham, Radio 2. So that's all the ones that I've been listening to recently. And the one I found pretty good was the Legends Radio. That plays Legends 24/7 music, and I haven't had any. I've not heard any advertising on that, so it's quite a good. I quite like the oldies from the 60s, 70s and 80s, you know, well-known oldies, so that's a good radio station for me anyway. But obviously you've got your own choices and you can pick whatever you like. So yeah, that's basically the radio side of things. As far as the presets are concerned for your favourite radio stations, you can store up to 250 presets. Store up to 250 of your favourite radio station. So then you can go straight to it once you've stored it, obviously. So that's a pretty good function too. You can also search for a particular radio station. So you can if there's a radio station that you can't find by looking through the various menus, you can actually search for it and input the name of the radio station, and it will find it for you. So we'll have a look at some of the other features. Now, Media Center, this is where you can use this universal plug and play. So you can stream music from a network device which supports universal plug and play for a radio. You can plug it in to your radio and play it that way. For instance, most of the latest computer laptops support universal plug and play, and you can stream music from Windows Media Player on the computer and listen to it on your radio. So that's another feature there. What else have we got? Information Centre. Gives you the, like I said before, weather information for different areas, or financial information, system information, that sort of thing. Lots of different features. I'll just quickly go through some of them. The auxiliary, so you can plug in, you can enjoy music from other audio devices by connecting the audio cable to the auxiliary in connector at the rear of the unit. So you can use it for your smartphone, your MP3 player, or anything like that, your hi-fi system, whatever you like. Bluetooth, that's the same thing, but obviously it's wireless, so you don't need cables to connect. If you've got a Bluetooth device, such as I've got an iPhone which has got Bluetooth, so you can connect the two together and play the music from your MP3 player or your iPhone or your Windows phone or whatever, Android phone, and play it on the radio. Sort of turns it into a Bluetooth speaker, if you like. Configuration we've already gone through. Local radio we've already discussed. Internet radio. So yeah, so I think that's about it really. Oh, it's also got DLNA. The internet radio can play music stream from DLNA compatible device, provided that the internet radio and the other DLNA devices are under the same Wi-Fi network. Yeah, as I say, lots and lots of different features, and if I show you every one, we'll be here all day. So I hope that's just given you just a brief overview of what this radio can do, and to be honest, I'm really pleased with it. It does everything. You know, you can listen to music from all over the world, which is fantastic. Or you can listen to talk radio stations, sport radio stations from all over the world. So, for instance, if you're away from home and you want to listen to your local radio to see what's going off at home, you can plug into that. As long as you've got a Wi-Fi, that's all you need, a Wi-Fi and an electric to plug into, and you can listen to your local radio station while you're away from home. So yeah, that's it. It's called the Ocean Digital Internet Radio. Below in the description there's a link to where you can buy it from. The model number is WR-210CB. So if you like the look of that, click on the link in the description below. You can get it from Amazon, and it's pretty good. I've been really pleased with it. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you've got anything you want to ask about it, if I can help, I will do. Just put a comment in the comments below, and I'll try to answer if I can, as long as it's not too technical. I'm not totally technically minded, but I'll try to answer anything I can. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers for now.